up, everyone out there in YouTube world, Facebook world, the media world, social media world, the world, whatever. Coming at you today with a quick little edition of Musings with MGL. As you can tell, I'm neither in my work office or my home office. I'm in the vehicle office because something occurred in court this morning that I wanted to make a quick video on while I was driving, because I didn't want to wait till I got home because it was fresh in my mind. I just figured it'd be a neat little video to do while I'm driving in the car. I am paying attention to the road, so don't worry about that. As always, before I get started, if you like what I have to say, if you like my content, please like and subscribe and share the channel. I'm approaching 900 subscribers. If I reach 1,000, then I get to start maybe getting monetized and getting a couple cents every couple of years from YouTube. But it would just be a neat little milestone to hit 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. So here's what happened in court this morning. I was going to court on nothing related to gun charges, but I'm waiting in line at the security station, and a couple people in front of me is another lawyer. He's got boxes and boxes of files. He's obviously coming in for a trial. He's got a big case going on or whatever, and he puts his computer bag, his legal bag, through the metal detector, the scanner, and all I hear all of a sudden is gun, 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 gun from one of the bailiffs that's watching the x-ray screen, and other bailiffs come running out from all over the place, swarm, and all of a sudden there's like 15 bailiffs standing around the x-ray machine because the one guy hollered gun, gun, gun. Now, my first thing on that is, shouldn't they have a different code word, I would think? Because if you're yelling gun, gun, gun in a courthouse, you're going to cause all kinds of panic for other people around. I don't understand why they don't have a protocol that's like white rabbit, or unicorn here, something. I don't know. I just think there should be a better protocol than screaming out gun at the security station of a courthouse. But that's something for the sheriffs and the bailiffs to figure out. So they put the machine through, and the lawyer says, "Oh, I have a concealed carry. I'm sorry, I was up until 3 o'clock in the morning working on this case. I just forgot to take it out of my bag," etc., etc. So he shows him his concealed carry. They put him aside. I'm sure he was late for his trial because he was down there. They took his concealed carry. Thankfully, the county that I was in is a reasonable county. They didn't obviously arrest him or anything like that. He had his concealed carry. It was obviously an honest mistake. They made him take his gun back out to his car, and he filled out a report. They put his name on some paperwork, and they sent him on his way to complete his trial. And I don't suspect there'll be any sort of charges or anything that come out of that, because again, the county that this happened in is a reasonable county. But there are certainly other counties that had this happened at other counties and other courthouses that I frequent down here in Florida, where that wouldn't have happened. He would have been tackled, he'd have been arrested, he'd have been charged, and it would have been a nightmare. So it's a similar to, so that kind of happens with lawyers sometimes. It's a similar thing that happens with people when they go to airports, where they forget to take their firearm out of their luggage or their bag, and it goes through the metal detector at the airport and they get pulled aside. There are some airports that you go to that if that happens to you, they'll send you on your way. They'll just do a report. You can pick your gun up when you get back. It's not a big deal. There are other airports that you try and do that in, and you will be handcuffed and detained right there. You'll miss your flight. You'll be charged with felonies, misdemeanors. You'll be getting letters from the TSA with fines and everything else. So it kind of, a lot of it depends on the county that you're in and the courthouse that you're in and the airport that you're in, and how the officers and the authorities at those places want to handle it. So luckily for this guy, he was going to be okay. Nothing was really going to happen to him. I actually gave him my card and told him that, being a gun lawyer, if anything weird happened to him, give me a call, but I think he's going to be okay. But certainly, again, if there were other cases that he went to, he wouldn't have been. So the moral of the story here is, you got to pay attention to where you carry your stuff. Like, I don't know why he would even put his concealed carry in his legal bag, like in his computer bag or his briefcase or his satchel. Like, that's not an appropriate place to carry your firearm. There is no way my firearms never go anywhere near my work bag. It doesn't, I've never put one in there for that very reason. I keep my work bag separate from anything that ever gets a firearm. The same thing that should apply to your luggage. You should have dedicated bags that you use for luggage and dedicated bags that you use for your firearms, and never the two shall meet. They should never cross. There should never be a situation where you accidentally forgot to take your firearm out of your travel bag because you used it last week as a range bag or whatever. That it should never happen. You should have dedicated bags to keep those things separately so these mistakes don't occur. And again, he's obviously a reasonable concealed carry person. He's a lawyer. Most of us are generally intelligent, not all of us, but mistakes can happen to anybody. So you've got to make sure that you never cross your concealed carry firearm with anything that you would take somewhere that's not concealed carry. If you have a concealed carry, number one, it should obviously always be on your person. If it's not on your person, it shouldn't be in your work bag if you're going to work at the courthouse. Now, if you don't work at a courthouse, if you work at your own private business, that's one thing. But if you go somewhere on a regular basis where you can't have a firearm, like a courthouse, sometimes I go visit clients at jail or in prison, and you're not allowed to even have firearms on the grounds of those places, so I have to remove all those from my car before I go visit those cases. You've got to be vigilant of where you carry these things, because this lawyer is going to be lucky that he was in the right county and he's going to be just fine. But if it was any other county, it could have ruined his life. He could have been arrested. It could have messed up his trial. It would have to get reported to the bar. It would go on his permanent record. So it would be a huge problem just for a simple mistake like that. So quick little video here of something that I literally just witnessed in court myself. You've got to be careful where you carry your concealed firearms. Do not put them in bags that you're going to carry places that you know you can't have firearms. Luggage bags, courthouse bags, school bags. Like, don't put them in your backpack and go visit your kid at school at lunch or something like that. You cannot do those things. You have to pay attention to where you're carrying it at all times. And being awake until 3 o'clock in the morning working on a case, or being in a rush to get to the airport and forgetting to change your firearms, that may be an excuse, but it's not going to be one that's going to work in court. So pay attention to where you're carrying your stuff, people. If you're going to carry, do it responsible. So once again, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Be careful where you carry your stuff. And so that's it for now. I'm going to end it here. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay vigilant, and as always, carry on. But carry on responsibly and in the correct places.